Good evening. Back again for another tackle talk. I've got a few tackle talks that I need to run through, and I finally got some free time to do it. So hopefully I'll be able to hit a few up this evening and get some of these out, rolling, edited, and ready to rock and roll to all of you guys at home. But so this one I'm going to focus more on the ZKO, the Zilla Customs Knockout. These are really cool baits that Cole sent me. They're kind of an interesting thing, and I'll superimpose some of Glenn's footage in here too. They're not really a dive and rise, and they're not really a twitch. I have been in conversations with other people affectionately referring to them as a ditch, kind of a DNR twitch style lure. Because you can tell by that bill, you know, it's not going to get super deep, but they have a very pronounced body roll to it. So, and again, like the paint work is just second to none. Cole does a really good job of painting these baits up and doing a really some really unique patterns, some really unique stuff, and they catch really well. He sent me some really big Minnesota fish that he's been catching on these, and kind of playing the cards a little closer to the vest with these lures before getting them out to the public. So yeah, just really cool. There's a lot of contrast here. You got some gold chartreuse, some orange in there with some white. Again, those are all colors you can't beat. The other nice thing that I've noticed about these that I really like a lot is that these are like the Chaos Tails. These are the Esox Assault Killer Tails. These are pretty easy to get your hands on. Maybe not necessarily the color that you want, but like if you have a tail fall off, you don't have to worry about replacing it. A good example and kind of a call out here would be the Narcan glides. Like finding replacement tails for those that are the same that they come stock with is darn near impossible, at least for me anyway. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places, and sorry to call out the Narcan guy. I don't know who makes those lures, but trying to find tails to replace those tails for those glides is not easy. So at least with these ones, tails are easy to replace. You got a belly weighting system on these guys too, so you can kind of customize your weight for what you want. You can get it deeper, you could maybe lessen the weight to get it shallower. You know, it's kind of up to you in the body of water that you fish. I'm sure that you can get these baits to run deeper. I haven't been able to really run them at all yet. So this is the smaller size that he sent me. Again, I got these I think in early December, so my season was pretty much done. I was on the pheasants and the geese program at that point. So this is the smaller size. It's about 7.5 inches, I would say, to 8 inches or so, compared to his bigger size, which is like probably 8.5 to 10.5 inches, probably closer to 10.5. I mean, the big size is, I mean, that's gonna displace some serious water down there. Again, just really good contrast there with the colors. On the bigger size, he's got the dual weights in the belly, so you can really work to customize this. Again, you got the killer tail back there to make it easy to replace if it's lost. So at some point I'm going to find a really good spot to transpose and cut in some of that footage from Glenn that he did underwater of these. I asked if I could use some of that because I figured it would be perfect for this video. He was more than happy to oblige, which I greatly appreciate his support as always. He's been featured or mentioned in a bunch of my tackle talks recently. I don't know if that's just like, it's just sheer happenstance. It's definitely not by design, but whatever. I guess you know, you got your circle of guys that you talk to, and he's one of those guys that I talk to. But anyway, super cool pattern here, kind of a gold carp or kind of a carp style pattern, sucker style pattern with this bigger one, or whitetail carp, whitetail walleye, whatever you want to call it. But really cool baits, really unique profile. I mean, and it's not just like, it's not like they're just long or whatever. They're thick too. They're big baits. So, you know, when the bait is that big, you know, they're gonna push a lot of water down there. And when baits like this or Ridgway or whatever that has a bigger profile is just pushing water, you know, those baits are gonna pull fish. They're gonna attract fish to the bait. Those fish are very aware of what's going on in their environment and know if something is not quite right. It's focusing on my eyeballs and not the lure. There we go. So again, just really cool, awesome paint patterns. Really great lures. Cannot tell Cole thanks enough for shooting these lures my way. If you are interested in the Zilla Customs, I know that the dive and rises are not the only ones that he does. So if those trip your trigger, I know that he's going to have a booth at the Minnesota Musky Expo where you can buy those. You can buy the Zilla Customs, the knockouts, and you can buy some of his other baits too. I know he does some topwater stuff. I know that he does some like pull baits as well. I don't know as much about those. These were just the ones that he sent me, so to give a shot. So I appreciate it greatly. Super cool stuff. Hoping to get those chewed this season. But again, I've got plenty of tackle talks on the way. Looking forward to doing some more of those. I know that a lot of you guys who tune into my stuff on a weekly basis really look forward to those, so I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate the support, and I'll do my best to put out the content that more or less you guys are requesting. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this tackle talk. There's more on the way. Good luck in 24. I'll catch you all in the next one.